Hey you guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about products that I just do not enjoy at all. I don't really like using the word hate that often, but I kind of hate these products. They just did not work. I regret purchasing them, and I'm going to explain to you why I didn't like them so that you know what I was looking for from these products in case you're looking for something different. Because I always like to give that disclaimer, something that doesn't work for me might work for you, and it might work for you really, really well. The first thing we're going to talk about is actually for removing nail polish, and this is probably the worst nail polish remover I've ever used in my life. Christine from Simply Nailogical, I'm going to link a video that she did below too. I was dying laughing. It was such an over-the-top video of why this product doesn't work, and I feel like I had the exact same experience. This is the Nail Aid 1 second spray away non-acetone spray nail polish remover. I can't remember if I talked about this on my channel or not. I think I did. I think I mentioned it in an unboxing because I think this was sent to me. But you guys, this just puts fumes in the air everywhere, and yes, it doesn't knock over, but I mean, I don't know who's like living that dangerously or wildly that they're knocking over their nail polish, that is like the struggle of life, that this has to be invented. I just don't really get it. And beyond that, it does not remove the polish. It takes forever, like forever. It's a pass. This is actually something that I recently purchased. I spent a lot of money on it, and most products that I have purchased from Burberry Cosmetics I've really, really enjoyed. So this was shocking to me. This is a highlighter, and I wanted kind of an icy highlight. I didn't have anything quite this icy in my collection, and I really like the texture from what I could swatch in Sephora, but on my skin, it just translates weird. It almost looks uneven. It almost brings out weird texture. It doesn't give enough like, glow, yes. You know what does give enough glow? This is a highlighter from the drugstore. This is from Maybelline. This is the new Rose Gold Master Chrome Highlight, and you just grab like the tiniest bit and like, oh, do you see that? Dang. Under $10. This was like $50. No, thank you. I'm not gonna do that again. This is from Chanel. This is the Illusion de Ombre Velvet Shadow in Melody. Now, I wanted to like this because I like so many of the other Illusion Ombre shadows, but this one, you literally feel like you are putting nothing on your lid. You put it on and you're like, did it do anything? Like, can I see it? I don't know. It's just not showing up. It does nothing. And it's like $36, something way up there. Now, I love the glittery ones. I love Epitant. I love Phantasme. I think these shadows are beautiful when they have that grit and glitter, but the more satin matte ones are just, they're kind of just a waste of time in my opinion. All right, a new mascara from Lorac. Now, again, all of these brands, there is something that I love from each one of these brands, maybe except for this because I don't know that they make other products, but I'm not bashing a brand as a whole. I am just saying this one product did not work for me. And this is the mascara from Lorac. It's the Royal Treatment Primer and Mascara Duo. So you have two sides, and it just smeared on me. It made my lashes look great, but I do wear contact lenses. My eyes do water quite a bit, and I find that all my drugstore mascaras that I'm loving right now, from L'Oreal, from Essence, from Physicians Formula, those are working better for me than a lot of the higher end mascaras that I've been putting to the test. So this one was a pass. I wore it one time and that was enough. I have a primer from Kevyn Aucoin. It is the Sensual Skin Primer. I don't know why. All of their products that have the word sensual in it make me feel weird feelings because it's makeup. It's like, why is your primer sensual? I don't get it. But that's not why I ultimately didn't like this product. To me, this is more of a lotion. It didn't really do much more than my everyday moisturizer. And for some reason, I would love to know what ingredient is in Kevyn Aucoin products that breaks me out. It doesn't give me acne breakouts. It just gives me these little like itty bitty clogged pores whenever I use products for more than like 3 or 4 days in a row. It always happens. It happens with their concealers, foundations, primers, bronzers, and I love them. Like, I think they look beautiful on the skin, but I can't wear them. I don't know why. I don't know what that ingredient is. I wish I could figure it out. But long story short, this just did not work out for me. And also, I don't know how I feel about this dispenser. It kind of gets gross, and then this bit around here gets dried and you feel like your dirty fingers have been on the tube. Like, I am more likely to love just a regular old pump where nothing is left behind. So these kind of jars ultimately drive me a little bit nuts. Update for you guys on the new Milani Blur Primer. I used this again a few times and I just found that it made my foundation sit a little bit high on my skin and almost emphasize texture, which this is supposed to fill in pores and make the texture go away. It's just very, very tacky and sticky, and I wanted to give it a few good goes, but this just ultimately is a pass for me. Bite Beauty has a new lip scrub. This is the Agave Sugar Lip Scrub, and I love their lip mask. Oh my gosh, that is one of the best. The Agave lip mask, if you are flying, if you want a thick lip mask to wear overnight, if your lips are really super chapped, it is just so healing. They use all food grade ingredients. Bite Beauty is awesome. This is just, and I'll show you, it's really, really thick and almost like honey with small bits of grit to it. So it's very, very oily. I don't like an oily lip scrub. I want one that is just very chunky and granular and that can just do a good job very fast. I felt like this made such a mess and I didn't have enough grit to really scrub my lips. So that was the big drawback with this one. This lip topper from Stila, this is not a fail. This is something that I keep kind of glancing in the monitor and I'm like, ooh, my lips are so sparkly. I really enjoy that. Maybe it's too much. Maybe I'm just like sparkle, sparkle, like it's a little too much. It's kind of a rainy day here in LA and I just felt like playing with makeup. I don't know. This is the shade Embolden and I just had to show you guys. It's the coolest thing. So they've had different shades of these in the past and I really loved them, but they brought out new ones and it goes on kind of like an oil. And then it just like magically dries down and leaves behind this like nice pixie glitter situation that I really, really enjoy. So if you're curious what's on my lips, that is it. Maybe this is a little too much now. This is the Egg Mousse Soap Facial Cleanser, and this dried the crap out of my skin. I noticed tightness and dryness right away. I used it twice. It smells really good. It comes out like a foam, so it's really kind of fun to use. But it just is very, very drying. I think for sensitive skin or dry skin, any foam cleansers are probably gonna be a pass. You might wanna avoid them. They're too stripping. It's just not a good situation. If you have super, super oily skin, maybe you would enjoy this, but I feel like I wanted to mention that just because it's one of those products that you look at and you're like, oh, like that's kind of fun. What's the scoop with that? And for me and my combo skin, it just dried me out. I have a foundation from Stila. This right here I found in one of my drawers and I was like, I don't know why I keep holding on to this. Every time I try it, it does not work out for me. This is a stick foundation from Stila. This has a nice concealer on the top and then, whoop, and then your stick foundation. I have to tell you guys, I don't know why that's my thing. I noticed it recently because someone pointed this out to me. Whenever I bump into something, bump into someone, need to get out of someone's way, I always make that noise. I always go, whoop, excuse me, whoop. Like I don't know why I do that everywhere I go. And now I notice it. Don't you hate that when a friend like points out one of your weird quirks that you never really paid attention to and then somehow that's all you can zero in on? Yeah, this just made me look dry and cakey and no one wants that. That's not a good look. All right, from Bobbi Brown, you guys might remember me trying this out during a talk through Get Ready With Me. And while I was blending it, I was like, oh, I don't think I like this. I don't think I like this. And the end result looked pretty good, but I just in my gut was like, is it the blend? Is it the look I went for? And I tried it again, and there's just something about the tone of these shades that does not work well with me. It's patchy. The tone is kind of just too gray, and I'm getting rid of this. This is the Downtown Cool eyeshadow palette. Now, Bobbi Brown makes killer eyeshadows, and some of her eyeshadows are absolute favorites of mine, like that giant limited edition book that I got way back when and I did a WTF on. I still use that. It's so good. This, for whatever reason, just was not. And then this from Trish McAvoy. This is the Light and Lift Face Color Duo. Now, this I loved for a minute, and then I realized it was just a little bit too shiny. I had the drop down mirror test where I was in my car touching up and I was just kind of like, oh God, the sun is kind of hitting your cheek and you're like, I can see all the blotchiness that I don't want to see. and I realized that it was because of this bronzer. It just sits on my skin funny. It's super expensive and it's just not worth it in my opinion. All right, another product. This is actually for your neck. And I'm really into this kind of a thing. I use a neck cream and a décolleté cream, basically they're the same thing. This is the Moonlight Neck Repair. See, you only get 2 ounces. And is this not like the weirdest applicator? Look at that. I'm not even squeezing it. And it's just like, it feels like you're gluing yourself or something. It's just gross. It just does not feel good. I don't like it. I like more of a cream, and it's sticky and the applicator frustrates me. So pass on that one. Last but not least, these blushes from ColourPop. They're just powdery and gritty and they feel cheap. Now this is surprising because ColourPop normally impresses me. They normally have like such great options that are under 10 bucks, and I love their shadows and I love some of their lip products, but this just, I don't know, it sits really heavy on the skin. It's pretty thick. It grabs on the brush really thick as well. It's just that kind of like crunchy, overly powdery type of a blush. It's so powdery. No thank you, whether it's a highlighter, whether it's a blush, however you use it. I just don't like the texture of the powder. Too bad, because I think the mint green packaging is super cute, but ultimately it's how my face looks that I care about at the end of the day and not the package. So that is where we are landing. I have a nice little group of fails right here. Trust me, I have more as I am scouring through the beauty studio and putting things together for you guys so that I can not only bring you good reviews, but also keep you informed about the things that just did not work out for me. And if you want to keep seeing these kind of videos, maybe once a month or so, then be sure to hit the thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. It always makes me feel like, yeah, you guys like the content. So yeah, go for it. Hit the like button. All right, I love you guys so much, and I hope you're having a good one. I will see you all in my next video. Mwah.